You're watching Fishing in Germany. In this video I'm going to show you how to put a piece of frolic dog food on a hair rig. I just did a video I'll put a link to as well to show how to make this kind of slow release feeder for frolic. And now I'm going to show you, first I already prepared one for those of you that already know how to tie a knotless knot and a surgeon's loop. So that's all I did, is I prepared a fishing hook with a knotless knot, and I know it's hard to see, but at the end I have just a surgeon's loop at the bottom of my knotless knot. And this works a lot better, because if I use a baiting needle on these, they'll crack. I suppose you can use a baiting drill and then do it, but even so, these don't last as long as boilies, for example. If I've had a few fish rip them off, I think a lot of the little bait fish like to bite at these too, so they don't last nearly as long as a boilie. So this method's good because you can change it out easily. So I just take that surgeon's loop, feed it through the eye of the frolic, and then bring the rest of the line through that loop. Really that simple. Pull it down over the, you can actually pull it right down over the hook, over the knot, depending on how you want it to sit, you know. This one's, the loop's a bit long, so I mean it's a bit of a long hair. I just did this one real quick. If it's too long, you can actually wrap it around the hook a few times. And there we go. Okay, so I wanted to just show that version really fast for those of you who already know how to tie these kind of rigs. I do have a video on how to tie a knotless knot in a hair rig, but for the sake of just making it more convenient for you guys, I'm going to run through that now really quick. So all you're going to need is some fishing line, a hook, and the frolic. That's it. No boilie stoppers, no baiting hook, baiting needle. So pull off as long of a lead as you want, you know. This time of year I tend to keep mine a bit shorter because the trees around the river are so overgrown. It just makes it a lot easier to cast. If I have a long hook link, it's a lot harder to cast in those tight spots and not get tangled. Okay, so first is a surgeon's loop knot. Really easy, you just double over the string. You want to make it big enough, just keep in mind that you want to be able to wrap it around the frolic and the hook. So, I don't know, I make that loop a couple inches or so. Now you're going to tie, I mean, if you don't know how to tie a surgeon's loop knot, there's better demonstrations where they're showing on rope, because I know you can't see this, but I'm just doing an overhand knot. And I wrap it around twice. Cinch it down, and before I tighten it all the way, you should always do this with knots, you wet it first. That's going to avoid friction that causes the line to weaken and break on you, and knot failure. Pull it tight, and there we go. Now I'll cut my tag end. Can cut it pretty close because it's not that important. It's just to hold that frolic onto the hook. Now I take my other end and I'm going to tie a knotless knot. So grab a hook. I'm going to use a big hook just to make it hopefully easier to see. And with a big bait, big fish, hopefully. That's the idea. Alright, so here I'm going through the back of the eye of the hook. Pull it all the way through and leave as much as you want for your hair rig at the bottom. Keep in mind it's got to wrap around the frolic, so that's going to be pretty close like that with this length. So now you just grab that end with your fingers and thumb and hold the hook, and you're going to wrap around a downward coil over the shank of the hook down the line that you're holding. As many wraps as you can fit in there, and try not to overlap them. Don't worry if they're loose, because you can pinch them up as you go. Oops, I let go. Still okay. Alright, and then you hold that with the thumb and finger of with the hook in your hand. And you're going to feed the end of the line back through the back of the eye of the hook. Pull it through tight. Now I can kind of like squeeze that coil up, neaten it up a little bit, and there I go. Then I just tie another surgeon's loop knot at the end. And that's it. That's the rig. Really simple. Kind of new to me, so I can't say how effective it is, but I know some people have had some really good luck with this stuff. The fish seem to really like it, and it's a very cheap bait, you know. Looking at the price compared to something like buying boilies, and it works. I mean, it does attract the fish. So that's it. Thanks for watching.